All right, we'll wait here just a couple minutes. Make sure everything is working here. Want to make sure that looks like I am live. We're good. There we go. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks for oh, knocked my mic over. Thanks for tuning in. So before we start, I want to let you guys know that we've been working real hard. If you guys have been following the page on putting out reels and on our YouTube channel, of course, all the content that we have from the King of Ohio isn't out yet on our YouTube channel, but we're gradually putting it out through the reels and the YouTube, our YouTube channel and our TikTok. So if you guys could please take the time, it really matters if you follow us on there, our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, TikTok, and then like and share those reels. It really helps us out a ton. So um, I appreciate that. I want to start off with that. And, thanks for everyone that attended the event last year. We'll get right into it. So, what I want to do tonight is I want to look back on 2023, and then I want to look forward to 2024. And we got some real big news for you guys coming up. We'll be announcing all that 2024 stuff here really soon. So, if you're interested in running, interested in coming competing at the King in 2024, make sure you're getting ready. You follow along and you're getting ready to sign up because we will have that stuff out very soon. So, um, and then we got a couple surprises that are I think are gonna kind of shock the Derby world and will be really neat. I think for the fan experience and kind of something we've been working on for a while, and I think we're gonna be able to pull this together. So it's gonna be pretty neat there. So look, I'll get right into the storylines of 2023. If you attended the event, awesome. You missed it, or you attended a good one. Okay, we were really happy with the event. I think you really saw the growth last year and year three, and it was very exciting on our end. So storylines, we're talking about JT Hildebrand. Okay, JT Hildebrand returns to the King, and after a disappointment in 2023 or 2022, excuse me, and he returns and wins. So JT Hildebrand is absolutely that Hildebrand name is an absolute legendary name in the state of Ohio, and as well as other places too. So JT, that was a huge win. The celebration of Victory Lane, we haven't quite released that yet, but we will. If you guys have seen that on Derby Tees or some of the clips that we released, just to the pictures, it was extremely emotional, and I can't wait to relive that moment with JT. And he was awesome in the moment. It was great. It was how it was supposed to be. It was emotional Father's Day weekend. Jim Hildebrand's up there. He's a legend. JT's, paving his own road. Awesome storyline. Next storyline, talk about the King. Going just down the list here, the King class. Kenneth Angle. Kenneth Angle. If you guys know Kenneth, he has been a supporter from day one. He's been preaching with us like, hey, this format and the way we run our show, anyone can come compete. It doesn't matter who you are, and he showed it, man. Kenneth, if you've seen his cars, if you've seen his builds, he's not overbuilt. He's just out there to compete, and he makes the feature. It was awesome. I mean, he was on cloud nine, and we were on cloud nine with him, and that was awesome, man. He's been there from the beginning, and we were super excited to see him make the feature, and I know he was excited too. Next, you got Devin and Brady Allen. They're coming back. They're their only two guys to make the feature back to back years, um, and getting that money. So Devin goes the long way around. I know those guys had a tough weekend coming into that, and my hats off to them for coming to compete. But Devin goes the long way around. Brady makes it through the heat. He beats his two cars, and Devin has to win the consies. And if you're familiar with our consies at all, it was win or go home. So our consies are not like everyone else's. We don't just give free tickets to the feature. You have to earn your spot in. So Devin actually won a consi of 6, which was, which was pretty tough. And he went the long way around. They took second and third that weekend, two brothers, taking second and third in the top 5 again, in back-to-back years. So very, very impressive run there. I talked about a little bit of from disappointment to the thrill of winning with JT Hildebrand, but there was other guys that were disappointed the year before that made it to the feature this year. There's no hand-picked, cherry-picked features at the King of Ohio, okay? Because it's hey, how good are you that weekend? There's no buddies out there to save you. There's nothing. So shout out to Tim Seitz, Josh Adams, Jacob Beaver, and Kenneth Engel, all guys that ran the year before that didn't make the feature, and all guys that made the feature this year. That turnover in the feature is unbelievable as far as the guys that are making it year in and year out. And that's what made Allen's making it back-to-back years in the top 5 pretty impressive. Scott Drevedek Jr. If you guys are familiar with the social media side of this youngster is 17 years old, and he made a post coming, hey, I might be, the moment may be too big for me here, whatnot, and it wasn't. I can tell you that right now. And he put himself even more on the map with his performance. So Lil Freebie makes the feature. Secures a top 10 in the feature in a field of unbelievable drivers and competition. So, there's a storyline. We got Chad Arnold. Chad Arnold is going to become a household name if he keeps running, because I'm telling you what, that dude can wheel a car. He came from Florida, bought a car that wasn't built to our show, came through inspection, said, hey, look, I will change whatever you need me to change. And that was awesome. He was great to work with. We said, hey, look, this is what you got to do to meet our rules. He was changing front plates from the side of the frame to the top of the frame. He was cutting the quarters basically out of the rear end of the car. I mean, it was pretty neat to see him. And he's one of the guys. He is the guy that beat Devin Allen and put him through the consi. So that just shows you how good of a performance Chad Arnold had that weekend by taking Brady out or Devin out in the heat, and then Devin coming back and getting second in the feature. The most unbelievable finish I've ever seen to end a consi was awesome, and that was Jacob Barnes. He beats Tim Jones in the consi, and I'm going to throw this up. There's some neat features that we can do with this. I'm going to throw this up and let you watch this, guys. We got a countdown on here too. Just watch this. One of the most unbelievable finishes I've ever seen. If you've been in our drivers meetings, what we tell all drivers is that, hey, look, we will never err on the side of like 58 seconds because you have a minute to make a hit. We will always err on the side of over. Okay. And that I put that timer on there at exactly a minute. And you saw that countdown, which was really, really neat. I know Tim was pretty disgusted. I think he shut it down, thought he had a victory there. And look, I would be lying if I didn't say it. I thought he had a victory too. I don't know how Jacob got it there with 8 seconds left. That was unbelievable. I mean, really incredible. But on that countdown, you usually get a minute 10, a minute 15 because the watch never starts right away. So he didn't even need the minute 10 that that grace period that you get. He got it done within a minute. Heck of a finish. And I wanted to show you guys that quick. That was unbelievable. Going back down to my list of things here, a list of moments, at the King this year. You had Ethan Lemley, our youngster in the youth. He goes back to back and claims his second straight front wheel drive youth title. This kid, this kid can drive, and pretty impressive. He had some fun things to say in Victory Lane last year, so we put him up there with some pretty ladies this year, and hey, he had a great time. You got Frank Christian and Dylan Christian taking home first and second in the vans. Okay, the father-son on Father's Day weekend. It doesn't get much better than that. Brian Wood takes home our trucks. I know Brian needed that, and that was a heck of a performance with everything that was going on there. So congrats to Brian on that. Nick Nugent comes back. Nick Nugent's a pretty household name out there in the Derby world. He comes back, and he comes back in the light pro stock. He had some neck trouble last year, and he wasn't sure if he could run super hard cars. So he tested his neck out, and heck, he came back and won. So he won our light pro stock build. Dalton Roos in the rear wheel drive stock, sponsored by The Simple Solution. I mean, by the way, Robbie's just got these cars figured out. I mean, he's the go-to guy on this rear wheel drive 4.6 stuff, these Crown Vics. It's unbelievable. But Dalton Roos pulls off the victory, and just a youngster too. I think that was the first time I met Dalton. I knew his dad, but a youngster pulls that off. And then you got Jacob Hackworth and Shane Downer, the mower champs. Look, we had 29 total cars show up for the King class, which I'd be lying if I didn't say that, 29 cars out of the 53 or 52 that was signed up would be a disappointment. Nobody was talking about it. If you talked to anyone that was at the show, heck, I forgot there was 29 cars, because basically what we did with that format is we created 9 features. The competition was level off the charts. It was awesome to see our guys, the drivers, just willing to compete, willing to put it all on the line. When we said, hey, look, the in the consies, it's going to be harder than the heats, and there's only one coming out of the consi. I mean, these guys were gearing up, ready to go. They were getting after it. It was awesome, man. And our average heat times for the King class was 16 minutes and 22 seconds. That's down from 22 minutes in 2022. We ran 6 on the track. If you followed us, we ran 6 on the track this year. I think that helped out with that heat performance. 16 minutes is pretty impressive for those quality of builds. King class was off the charts, but I think what stole the show over the weekend was our front wheel drive team show. And if you want to talk about competing, these front wheel drive guys, they've progressed these builds to the point where they're not just falling apart. They're not overheating. This is off the charts, just awesome competition. Our heats in the front wheel drive team class, we put 5 sets, or 5 groups of 2-man teams in one heat, and we took the winner. It averaged under 10 minutes. Under 10 minutes. It was just awesome action-packed. Guys were hitting everybody. It was really good. Huge congrats to Thomas Danner and Tyler Trumbull on the win. Look, I know these guys probably came into the show, and I know they went into the feature probably underdogs. But that's what this show's about. This is what the format is about. It allows you underdogs to make a name on the big stage. And these two are a testament to that. And performance of the weekend to win that. All right, looking forward. I think you guys can comment and I can read the comments, by the way. Looks like Ben Bowersock's in Florida. Ben, make sure you pick up a car down there. I can read the comments. I see them popping up. And actually, I can do something neat here too. I can show the comments. So there's Ben talking. I know Robbie's been on here and commented. So I appreciate that. If you guys want to talk about something, or you have something that needs to be said or whatever, yeah, feel free to light the comments up, and I can post them now. That's what's neat about this. So we've done podcasts in the past. I've been really trying. It's so much work to upload them and do all the back end stuff that you got to do. With this system I got now, I can go live, I can record it, then I can put it on YouTube. So we are going to be doing these every Tuesday from here on out. Okay, so from here on out, we're going to be getting on here. We're going to be going live, talking about our show, different shows, drivers, all kinds of stuff. So just make sure you tune in, schedule that in at 8 o'clock every Tuesday. We'll be doing this. Much easier system, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. So looking forward to 2024. You know what's in store? Well, we have some big plans, and we've pushed the envelope up until this point. And we're going to keep pushing the envelope. The announcements are all coming soon, and I would look forward to jumping on board if you're interested in running for us. I know I talked to a bunch of guys out in Illinois, and I got some comments coming. Sorry, it threw me off. I talked to a bunch of guys out in Illinois and up in Wisconsin that are wanting to come play, and we invite all of them. Just be ready. We are gonna limit our entries this year, and just be ready. Stay up on that. So 2024, it's going to be the same weekend. So if anyone's wondering, it is going to be Father's Day weekend again in Lima. And those of you that haven't seen the format, or maybe you're just getting used to the format, I think people are starting to catch on. People are understanding, what it does for competition, and more and more people are reaching out all the time, wanting to talk about it, saying, "Hey, look, I saw the show. I heard it was a really good show." So we're super pumped about that. If you haven't seen, I started making a list of $10,000 winners, and it's an elite class. It's the who's who, right? In Demolition Derby. I know there's $10,000 shows all the time now, and maybe back in the day there wasn't as many, but it's still really tough to win a $10,000 show. So I made that list, and what I realized is I think we got to verify the list. We got to verify the wins. All right. So that way we have an accurate list. And as you saw, excuse me real quick. Let me get something to drink. As you saw with the list, we've got some pretty big names up top, and they got big names for a reason, because they've earned it. And that's Bob Whitaker and Don Santel rounding out the top two there. Bob Whitaker has 9 individual $10,000 wins, and Don Santel has 8. That is absolutely incredible. I don't know how many of you knew that, because I will admit that I didn't know that they had that many. I knew they had a lot, but you're closing in on double digit wins, $10,000 individual wins. That's not counting any team shows. That's pretty impressive. So super pumped about that, getting that list going. Now I do think that we're going to have a compact list. We're going to have a team show list. We're going to recognize and talk about these guys. And then, people talk about the GOAT, what that actually means. We can start putting some stats to that. It's really hard to, I think, calculate how many wins overall people have, because I don't think you can verify them. But I think the $10,000 wins you can definitely verify, and kind of sets the stage, for what people can shoot at and what they want to shoot at. So going forward, like I said, we're going to be doing this every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. We're going to be talking about different shows. We're going to be talking about hot takes. I am looking for somebody that is willing to maybe be, I don't know, a little controversial or edgy or just opinionated. How about that? How about opinionated? That is educated on the Derby world, follows it to the T, and can give some hot takes and be able to talk about and what they think, or who they think is the best of the best. So I'm looking for somebody to come on here and do that. Not many people want to hear what I got to say, but I would love to ask you what you think, and you can tell the world. So different things going on there. So look, we're 20 minutes in. Be a little recap. Um, see this type of this is the type of comments that I'm looking for. So Christy Major says, "Be badass to see some of those guys at the top of the list come run King sometime, prove they can win without friends." Yeah, it would be. And I do think that you're going to be seeing some guys on that 10K list showing up in the future at the King and proving just how bad they are. And we are going to be very fortunate to be able to see those names on that list compete, which is pretty cool. Travis says he'll join. I've had Travis on here in the past. He is definitely educated, and he is willing to definitely state his opinion, which is awesome, and we need some more of that. So the all the information will in the King will be out soon. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about any classes or anything yet. We just know it's going to be bigger and better than last year. If you're interested in running, then make sure you tune in. Ben comments on here. He says he thinks the King Show in 5 years running will have the new top 10 guy who are the bad of the bad because the format will showcase them in the right way. Yeah, I agree. I think it could for sure. I'll stay on here for a couple minutes for any other messages. But again, I wanted to let you guys know that, hey, 2024 is going to be bigger and badder than ever. We're this is good stuff. I like this. This stuff just pops up, and I like that I can put this comment on the screen for you guys. See, this is pretty neat stuff. So Stephanie Joy, which is Caleb Joy's wife, and Caleb Joy, who I don't think I mentioned in the storylines with the 6,000 pound class. So Caleb Joy won our 6,000 pound class. Sorry, I missed that line in there. He obviously is a very well known driver in the state of Ohio, and we'd love to see him come run the King class. She says it sucks that a King class can't run anywhere else. Maybe get some of the promoters to put on this class on also. So we are working on this. I believe that you will have at least 3 big money shows to run your King cars after the King next year. I believe that we're going to pull off 3 big shows, okay, after that. So no more worrying about where you can compete with those cars. You're going to have basically 3 destinations. That's what we're working towards. I know we can secure at least 2, but I'm going for 3 that are going to be spaced out periodically, so that way you don't have to run back to back to back. So we are super excited, super excited for that. So thanks for commenting on there. I don't want to give away too much for 2024. I just want to let you know. Yeah, thanks, Steph. And look, as we're waiting, I want to talk about the reels and stuff. We've been working really hard on getting our content out there, And as you know, to get sponsors, big sponsors and stuff like that, like we are, you have to do that type of stuff. You have to build up your following. It really means a lot. So if you guys haven't liked, shared, followed our pages on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, please go on there and do that. It really helps us out as we chase down the next big sponsor that will be coming in the Derby world. Rutherford says, let's chat about having them at Butler next year possibility. So look, there you go. I'm sure Jordan and I will get together and discuss how we can make that happen. So I think it's just a matter of conversation, of getting the King class at other shows. And I'm super excited about that. So I definitely think that there's going to be some other places to run those cars next year for good money. Good money. All right. I hope you guys like the new format of our podcast going live and how that works. I'll be able to post this on YouTube later on, and I think Spotify too. You won't be able to see the video, but you will be able to hear the audio. If you guys look up in the right hand corner, we have our War Room logo there. So this is the War Room podcast, and Tyson Mobley made that up for us. Pretty excited about that too. Let's see what other features I want to play around with here on the first time. Oh, right here, I can throw all kinds of stuff. So Tyson Mobley's under table graphics. You got Robbie Crittenden in the Simple Solution. So we will be looking for sponsors to help us out here and people to come in that we can give you a shout out. I can run like ads during this, like, I mean, just like that, the click of a button, just like I did with that video. Throw the Triple D up there. I can do all kinds of stuff. It's pretty neat. I'm real excited about being able to do this with you guys. So looks like we got a couple more comments so we'll go back to. Smash It Minis are an absolute no for us. No, we're not doing Smash It Minis. We're not interested in that. We've got our classes narrowed down, but all right, guys. Well, we're a half hour in. I appreciate the time. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week, Tuesday night at 8 p.m.